We're live. Good day, good evening to each and everyone out there, wherever you are. Hope you have a blessed day. What a Premier League weekend. And this weekend is a magnificent weekend of football. I hope you guys enjoy it because I'm 100% sure I did. It was a weekend to remember, to be quite honest. The Premier League is something special, and we all witnessed something special today, to be quite honest. It was a goal fest. Who don't like to see a bowl fest? Well, I think I do. Every single game was something magnificent. No complaint because what happened this weekend it's just special. This whole entire weekend is something special, something that we all will remember. Because we were having goals everywhere. We were having goals in every game. It was a thriller. And if you don't enjoy the weekend games, something is wrong because I know for sure that the weekend games and all the games was just special. I don't know about you guys, but for me, they were special. I just want to say thanks to the Premier League, that we witnessed something great today and great indeed. You know, Yep, great indeed. The the games, man, the goals. There were a lot of brilliant goals that scored right across all games. It wasn't nothing short of activity. It was we name it, we got it today. Okay, so name it, we got it. The game, the Newcastle Luton chiller. Like Luton is surprising the whole entire league. They're not that walkover anymore. We all would have said that Luton would be the first team to get relegated, but the way how they're playing, you can forget about it because to be quite honest, Luton is playing like a unit. They got a fighting spirit, like never die. They keep going like nonstop. With Luton, you can never take your foot off the gas because once you think you got them, they come right back. Like never give up. Rose Bartley, is playing like a man dispossessed. You have to give a man credit where credit is due because he's showing that he's not his, to be quite honest, he's at his level. You know, he's there at his level. When he was at Everton, that's his level. No disrespect to the player, but he's a player like you have to be the main character, and that's what he brings. He brings when he's in those teams where he can be himself. He express himself and express himself really well. You know, I want to say, much thanks to the lad. That after that nightmare near at Chelsea, it seems like he finally find his feet and find himself a home. He's playing good over there. No doubt about it. He is. He is bringing out numbers with assists, and he's coming up with goals too. So give credit to the guy. He definitely playing well. But the games over the weekend, man, I don't even know where to start. To be quite honest, like where can I start? Because all the games, bring you some well. So I didn't see any drama to be quite honest in this weekend. Most of the weekends we got a lot of drama games where we can say, The referee made this call, and probably they shouldn't have. But none of these games this weekend, give me none of those vibes that I really go through. Chelsea lone player Fofana. We're gonna talk about him a little bit later on too. Like it's just like a well overall performance. Everywhere. I didn't even get to watch any championship game today because normally I try to sneak in a two or one or two championship games, but all these games was definitely like just kicking off. You know, I was watching Brighton and Crystal Palace. Then I saw Fulham start to take the lead, so I go over there on my phone for a little bit. Then when I look, I saw Luton and Newcastle at it. So everywhere I try to turn, all the games are just popping. You know, you can't get a breather. Like the games were just going quick and fast with the goals. Like goals was coming from everywhere. I'm around for Newcastle. He end up remember in the January window they were looking to ship him out to Saudi Arabia. I don't know what happened, but that deal didn't go through. But he ended up sniffing points for Newcastle, to be quite honest. Well done to that lad too, because imagine you were unsettled all through the month, and then the window is shut, and then you end up turned up, with an equalizer to give your team a point. You know, good one from the lad. We got big games tomorrow. I'm just hoping all the games tomorrow can bring the same flavor, because today we did get the flavor. So I'm just hoping that tomorrow we get the same flavor too. Big up, big up, big up. Yeah, that's my bro right there. Chelsea session. He's in the building. I'm just hoping the game tomorrow can bring the same flavor that we get today because honestly, I would love to sit and relax tomorrow and enjoy all the games like what I did today because there were nothing but joy today, to be quite honest, in every game. It was just joy all over. My team not playing until tomorrow, but big up coach. Coach is in the building too. The games, man, the games today, to be honest, man, love them. I wish my team tomorrow can give me the same feeling that I have right now. Put a big smile on my face. Hopefully we can take care of business because business that's what we need to do is take care of business tomorrow. And honestly, that Luton and Newcastle game, man, I I'm gonna have to rewatch that game again. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. I'll probably see if I can get you one for Christmas. Yeah, see if I can get you one for Christmas. Yeah, the Luton game is something special. Luton is giving every team a run for their money. To be quite honest, Luton surprised us because a lot of us, I know for sure, think that Luton would be relegated. You know, and they just like playing out of their shell. Luton is out there. Luton is definitely a team to watch until the end of the season. If they can keep up this performance for the next at least 10 games, they surely not going down. Rose Bartley, like what a guy. He's back. To be honest, people, Rose Bartley is back, and he's a surprise because a lot of us probably didn't know that Rose Bartley would have been back, but he's back. He is back. He is playing. He's playing well. I don't know what they're doing over there to him, but they're surely getting a tune out of him. They're really getting a tune out of Rose Bartley, to be quite honest. I don't know what they did, but Chelsea couldn't get these type of performance from Rose Bartley. But as I said earlier, probably this is his lever. Probably this is the type of team that he really really love are good at to play against, or play with. So Rose Bartley, is for me is he surprised me. He surprised me because when they just started, I was wondering if Rose Bartley was finished. But I don't know. He finds some gear, an extra gear. He's playing like a man dispossessed over there. Probably the Euros coming up. Wonder if Bartley think he can sneak a spot for the Euros. Well, we never can tell. But with Southgate, it's gonna be difficult because Southgate is a man just stick to one team, and that team is his ride and die, you know. So, but Rose Bartley, man, you and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, this season really kick on your guys' career. I love to see when our former players, play well. To be quite honest, I still watch some of our former players if they're playing a game. I would tune over there to watch and support. Not really like, oh, I support Chelsea, just to watch and see what they're doing and you know all their career being going on. Once a blue, always a blue. You have to love your fellow blue. 'Cause once a blue, always a blue. Especially if they do a lot for the team. For a couple of years when they're here. We have to salute them. I know when they with a will like of William when he come back to Stamford Bridge, he still show his respect to the fans, and we love to see that. We love to see our former players come back, and show some love and show appreciation. So for me, once a blue, always a blue. But I'm telling you, man, the games today was magnificent. The games today show me that the Premier League is back. Someone asked me about an hour ago on Facebook was asking me what I think about the financial restraint. Why the team haven't been spent for the transfer window before I go through the games. But for me, it's very simple. You know, every team, uh, every other league where they were complaining about the Premier League. They can keep up with the Premier League and they can spend. So if you're watching, I'm gonna answer your question now because I kind of do a little bit of research. Big up, my guy. Big up, Marion. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the support and the love. Big up. If you want to jump on and have a little say, I leave the thing up in the comment section on the top. If you really want to come on and have a little say, let me bring it up right there. But for me with the financial, like it's just to control the thing. It was getting too way out of hand anyway because each and every player is going for 100 million these days. And it was getting silly, to really see. Yeah, bro, you can join. That's the link right there. If you want to jump on, you can jump on. And have your say. I really, really appreciate it if you will. The link is right there. Just jump on, bro. Yeah, but it's kind of like controlling. Everything was getting out of hand. To be quite honest, player wages, the transfer fee, especially in the Premier League, like every player is going for $100 million. You know, every time you turn around, like a player is going for $100 million. Like, so for me, it's just to get back control of the financial part. You don't want team to go up in bankruptcy and fail away because a lot of teams in the championship that used to be in the Premier League, a lot of them right now is in financial difficulty. Look at Reading. Look at Derby County. Who remember when Derby County was in the Premier League? Bolton Wander. You know, a lot of these teams when they get relegated, they do go into financial difficulty. So for me, I don't see nothing wrong with it, to be quite honest, because to fix a team is not only about spending. You know, too much spending will only bring disarray. You know, so we have to. I know that we're gonna say it's not our money. You know, but you have to understand that a lot of us invest deep into into our club. You know, we all of us, like even the hours that you have to sneak away from work, or whatever you do, like sneak away whatever, you're still investing. So how you doing, bro?
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Yeah, man, doing good. I was just here, waffling a little bit. What do you think about the games on this weekend?
Um, I'm actually looking forward to it, eh? So I'm just waiting to see how the players are gonna perform as well. Coming back from the Liverpool game, so yeah, it is what it is. But we just see and we just have to wait and see how we're gonna perform against Wolves today. So yeah.
Yeah. So how you think the game's gonna really go? In your own words, like how you see it
And
planned out tomorrow.
I I I definitely see that. I won't lie to you. Um, our performances wise, right? Like it showed us that like we're inconsistent. So in my mind, like we have to win this game, but in my mind, it's like, can we really win this game? You get my point because we've been struggling with mid-table teams as well, like during the course of the season. So we'll just have to wait and see. About tomorrow, just have to wait and see.
I know that
Pochettino needs
we're
to
being
get things right.
yeah, I know we've been struggling for against the mid-table teams, and to be quite honest, that's why earlier on today, when I was there with Coach, I was saying like this is the time, that we should really make some changes if we're really gonna make some changes. There's nowhere to lose. I don't know what you
Mm,
think about it. We
exactly,
can't
and
lose anymore.
because bro, like he's not producing results at the end of the day. If he's not doing that, then he needs to change his game plan. He needs to change the way he's placing his players, the way he wants his players to play ball. You know, so we really need to get more of Nkunku, more of Connie, more of we actually getting more of Palmer as well. So we also need to get more from Jackson. So he needs to get these players like they need to play, bro. These are your players. These are your players you wanted, right, in the beginning of the season. So you need to get the best out of them, bro. Like at the end of the day, we have this type of players. Our duty is to groom them and to improve them, right? Look at Gallagher, right? With Gallagher's situation, most lords don't like Gallagher. Like I have an agenda on Gallagher. I won't lie to you. I have an agenda, but when I see Gallagher, he's more improved, and that's like a bonus for Pochettino as well, for us as well. You know, regardless of how he's been playing for us, like he's been improving. So at the end of the day, Pochettino needs to use these players, bro, in their own benefits, bro. Like, there's no excuse anymore. I'm tired of hearing excuses that these players are getting injured. Why? How are they practicing? Every single day, how are they practicing? Going to the ground and practice. How are they getting injured if then, like, it doesn't make any sense. Then you go to the press, then you blame the injuries, then you blame one player, then you blame, the fans. The one time you blame the media for selling false propaganda to Chelsea, like it doesn't make any sense, bro. Just give us results, bro. At the end of the day, give us results. We know you're struggling, bro, but just give us results. That's what we want.
100% correct. With me, I see that what we're doing all season long. Like we keep on saying Christopher and Nkunku, Christopher and Nkunku. Christopher and Nkunku is one person. If Christopher and Nkunku gonna unbalance the whole entire squad, that means we got a big problem. There's no one player should really compromise what you got planned for the whole entire season. For me, that's some BS in this part. Coach the players and get them up to where we need to be. Like, but don't say that because we got Christopher Nkunku out injured, they change the whole entire game plan. Like, I don't think that should really affect us.
Mm. And it's like, remember the same thing happened to Kai Havertz last season. It's the same thing we're doing with Palmer now, because now apparently we're using Palmer on 9, bro. So that is crazy. That's how insane we are right now. We're using Palmer as number 9 now. Like, we're playing Palmer as 9 because we don't have an alternative striker to play 9. So we still at the same position, the same level where we at last season, and we still have to use players around dead players. It's like with Enzo and Gallagher, like, we know that Enzo needs to get the best out of Gallagher, right? But Gallagher can't get the best out of Enzo. So that's a problem. It's a huge issue between around playing with dead players around. So I think we need to sort that out. Then yeah, we'll see how things go. At the end of the day, I'm just scared if Victor comes to Chelsea Football Club, right? Is he gonna really ball at Chelsea? Like the way he's balling at Napoli, is he gonna ball with the type of players we have right now? Because our starting 11 is not that experienced enough to actually lead him the way. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, like it's a lot of pressure for Pochettino. It's a lot of pressure because at the end of the day, we can't blame the board. The board gave him money, and he said that the board mustn't intervene into his business, intervene into his managerial business, bro. Like, he told the board that he wants his players, he got his players, then he has to use those players. At the end of the day, he gotta use those players. There's no more excuses now. He has to use those players to the best of the abilities. And it comes to look of it, there's some that are actually performing outstandingly, especially Cole Palmer. So the rest, yeah, Noni Madueke, I feel like we need him. We need to loan him to Germany or somewhere where we can give him a little bit of experience, just a little bit of game time, his movements as well. I think he needs to learn from his movement, the way he's also the way he plays transition ball as well, and the way he's off, as well as when he's off the ball as well, like his position on play. So he gotta learn that too. So there's a lot of players that need to, learn and adapt. So yeah, this team, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So we need to wait and see there.
I'm gonna challenge you a little bit, right? For me, I don't think the coach is even the problem. I think it's just some of the players that he have to cater to because I
Mm-hmm.
guess, for instance, Raheem Sterling is a
Yeah.
is a well-known player, right? Raheem
Yeah.
Sterling don't do as much for the team that he should like a winger, right? I don't know if you watch a Fulham game today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you saw what William was doing, right? You
You
saw
wait.
William when he lose the ball. He was right. He was way back there helping out his fullback, and the fullback do the same thing,
Okay.
overloading when William got the ball. We don't get that from Ryan Sterling. Ryan Sterling don't
Yeah.
pass the halfway line too far, so he leave our fullback isolated. So that's where most of our goals is coming from. Most of our goals is coming from where our wingback get isolated because the wingers, especially Ryan Sterling, don't chat back as much where
Mm.
he can help to close the play out. And if you notice, every good team, the wingback, the winger normally fall back deeply into the midfield if the central midfielder go out to support the wingback. So I think we're not joined together as one. So I think some of the players are letting down the coach before the real estate the coach is letting down the team. I think he have to. you have to suck it up. Either they're gonna get rid of Raheem Sterling at the end of the season. And right now, if it was me, to be quite honest, what I would do, which your opinion can be different. You can give me your opinion on this. But with me, I would have sacrificed it right now and drop Raheem Sterling out of the team, to be quite honest, and go with the players that I know are going to be there next season. Give them the game time, get them to gel, because when you look at it, we can't reach Champions League spot right now. So might as well, you're not forfeiting the competition, but what you're gonna do is give those players the experience that they need, instead of going to next season trying to give them experience again.
That's true. That's true. And in terms of Sterling's situation, it's kind of like um, for him, it's a win-win situation because at the end of the day, if the Lodge is not playing well, we're still gonna play him. He's actually one of those guys, right? Like he's he's gonna be on the list to play on that position. Okay, who's gonna be replacing Sterling if he goes, right? Let's say Sterling goes, right? We have Modric already, and we have who can play in that position, Nkunku, and who can also play that position. Angelo, um, Moreno, Morena, sorry. Who else
Whisper.
can Palmer? Yes, also him. Um, like mentioning all those players, right? They don't have that caliber that Sterling has. Yes, Sterling doesn't track back. That's his main game plan. He doesn't track back. So that's where Pochettino, I say, is flopping because he is now not using his wing backs properly. He's using wing backs as center backs. That's more providing more isolation for Sterling. Sterling will never go back and defend, brother. I won't tell you. I won't lie to you. If he goes back, right, he's just going back to track back and get a loose ball and run with it. That's Sterling's job, right? That's Sterling's job to do on the flank, right? The defending part, I wouldn't be too hacked about it, but because it's Sterling. But at the same time, I'm hacked that Pochettino never gotten the time during the summer to sign two more wing backs. We should have signed another left back. We should have signed another right back. We should have kept Martin, bro, because Martin is the guy that could also help Sterling in that flank. You see what I'm saying? So where's the problem coming from where the players are not playing? You get what I'm saying? It's the positioning of where the manager wants them to play. At the end of the day, you put Sterling in the wrong position, he'll play badly. If you put Sterling in the right position, he'll play good or bad, depending on how he's playing. But at a certain point, we need to also see, coming from the decisions from the manager as well, like how is he using these players? How is he using Sterling? How is he using Palmer? How is he using Carney? Right now, he's not using Enzo. He's playing Enzo at 8, then he plays Enzo at 6. Then you play Enzo again at 8. He's rotating these players. So, like, my question is, like, how is Poch, like, gonna, like, bring in new players and play around the players that he wants, right? With Sterling, how is he gonna bring all those new players and play around Modric and play around Angelo? Because those players also need experience to play the way Sterling was playing back then in City and Liverpool. So it's a tricky situation. With Sterling's situation, like I said, it's very tricky because at the end of the day, I'm not backing up the guy. Yes, he's been poor. But he's our main guy that can play that flank, guys. He's our main guy. He's that guy that gives us GA. Modric comes
Another
in. That's
flavor of the day, right? All
yeah.
right. All right. Look at this, right? Try to remember that Middlesbrough game that we won 6-0. If I see that type of Ryan Sterling every weekend, I'm fine with it. I don't know
Okay.
if you noticed, or Ryan Sterling was linking up with his wing back and plus his midfielder. Ryan Sterling wasn't trying to jibber. He was just laying off some back heels, and if you notice, he was involved in most of the goals. When I
Mm,
see that Ryan Sterling, that's the Ryan Sterling I want to see. I don't have nothing against the guy because he born
exactly.
in Jamaica, right? And I born in Jamaica too.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that type of Rhyme Sterling. I'm Chelsea
Mm.
first and then players after. So I'm gonna always be Chelsea first and then player
The
after.
players after, yeah.
So if you look at Nicholas Jackson, he's not a striker. Notice when
True.
Nicholas Jackson plays on the left, he always linking up the plays. He do
Mm.
less dribbling and more linking up. And he even chop back more than Ryan Sterling. So for me, if we do get Ryan Sterling, we got Nicholas Jackson can play on the left.
On
And
the
Kuku
left,
can play
yes.
off the left. We just only thing we're
True.
gonna need right there is a striker.
Mm. And I think as well we need to try and get like a winger as well, because like majority of our players are injury prone. So we just like we need to, it's like we're rebuilding again. Oh my god, rebuilding again. This season was supposed to be the rebuild. Then the next season is the rebuilding, which is insane. So 3 years into the project, we still rebuilding. It's crazy, bro. It is crazy. So like the type of scouts we have, the scout directors we have, bro, it's insane. Like where are they getting these players? Where are they getting these players? We need to buy players that are we can rely on. We know that okay, this type of player, right, we play, he's gonna give me 28, 29 games. He might give me 10 goals, 9 assists, that's fine. We need players like that. I don't want to have someone that, bro, he starts playing first 3 games of the season, then he's out for like 4 months. You see, so that's where the decision comes from. The players, the amount of players we buy, like the type of players we buy. Actually, we need to be cautious of what type of players we buy. Yes, we're the team that buys stars, but we need to look at the abilities and as well how were they performing back then in the other teams as well. Especially with Nkunku. I was telling everyone about Nkunku. I was like, yo, bro, Nkunku is injury prone, guys. Nkunku. Every lad, every lot was telling me, yo, you guys, you don't know nothing and stuff like that. Look now, bro. Look what has Nkunku produced so far this season. Yes, 1 goal, some assists, but he's been out for like a season and he hasn't really touched the ball 90 minutes. So it really shows that Chelsea Football Club, bro, like they need to work on the scouting, bro, like really hard. Like go in depth with the player that you're scouting. Don't just scout the player and get him in quickly. Scout him. How's he been doing? How's his health? How's his discipline? What type of area he likes? Which type of environment he likes. That type of hospitality I was saying yesterday, the other time I was in the panel with coach. Like it's all about hospitality and just knowing your players very well. It helps. It really helps. So coming back to my point is like we need players like Sterling. I'm not saying like that play like Sterling. We need experienced players that can keep up with that momentum, so that we can keep up with City. We can keep up with Arsenal again. We can keep up with Pool. We will never keep up with this type of team with a squad like those guys. Never, never. It will take us 4 or 5 years to get to that point where we're competing in the league with the players that we have versus the players that the bigger teams have. So it's a win-win situation for them. For us, it's a lose situation because we're buying lots that are mid-table representative. Where is Casado from, bro? Brighton. Has he played for other big clubs before Chelsea? No. You get what I'm saying? Enzo, yes, I understand he's still young, but has he played for a bigger club before Chelsea? No. Modric, has he played at any other bigger club before Chelsea? No. He played for Shakhtar Donetsk. Noni, has he played for other bigger club before Chelsea? No, he played for PSV. So these players, they're coming in from different teams. We need to assess them properly and say, okay, listen, this is the type of player we get. This player is gonna produce us this type of area. Not where we need to get this player, then somehow, somewhere we're gonna use them during this. It doesn't work like that because the lot can get injured. then back to square one again, trying to use players with dead players as well. We're using players around dead players, you know. So yeah, like my whole situation isn't Pochettino. Pochettino's management, bro. Like at first, I was I was really onto him. The first season when he, the first start of the season, the preseason when he won the preseason cup, I was onto him. I was kind of seeing like, okay, where he's trying to go. Then the game started coming. The game started coming, and I just saw, yo, bro, like, is this guy really going to be our main guy for the future? Nah, he will be for our domestic cups. We will win FA Cup with him, Carabao Cup with him.
He
We
only got
might
a
win
2 year
Champions.
contract.
Exactly. Imagine. And he signed a contract, right? And his expectation was to qualify for Champions League. This season was his expectation. They told him, bro, your expectation is to make top four. And where are we now? So they had to lower his expectations now. Okay, try win us the Carabao Cup because we spent a lot of money on these players and we're not getting any returns. It's like we need to sell to get returns, which is insane. We're doing it again like last season, guys. Again with Kai Havertz, with Mason Mount, who also left with Benjamin Mendy, with Ngalo Kante, with Ziyech now is about to leave this season. Like we're doing it again. Yes, that's the problem where it lies from. The type of players we choose and the type of players we scout. That is our problem.
I don't know if you
So
see the where they're saying the stats that we're on the same points like where Graham Potter we're same points as Graham Potter from last season, same place, same points, same amount of
mm,
points. You know that's not good.
that is horrible. And you know the funny fact is that we did better. We did better with Potter than we're doing now with Pochettino. We did better. We actually contributed more. We scored more, and we conceded less than what we are doing this season. We kind of regressed like from last season, which is bad. Like it is totally bad, guys. And people are still living in that fantasy world that Chelsea will make it top four, blah 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 blah. Blah. I'm just like, yo, dude, it is already already close to the end of the season. Let's just try and win the Carabao Cup final. I'm in with Poch when he wins the Carabao Cup final. I don't care. I don't really care if he loses other games. If he wins Carabao Cup final, I'm with Poch, 100% on sure. But bro, if he loses Carabao Cup, bro, it's done. It's done. Pochettino is not our guy, guys. He is not. He showed us he's not our guy. He is not. And if he wants to be the guy, then he has to give us results that he can show us that, yo, this guy is our guy. And he hasn't improved from that. So we still, the fan. This is the reason why the fan base is hacked because of Pochettino. It's not because of the players. How is Pochettino using the players? How is Pochettino using his tactical decision? How? We gotta look at that. How is Pochettino utilizing that? How is he capitalizing on his players? What is he doing? No, the players, yes, they're off and off, but why are they on and off, bro? Why? You get what I'm saying?
Well,
So it all comes back to everyone. Comes back from the staff to the team to the board, everyone. So
I'm
everyone
not gonna
takes
blame Poch to
accountability.
be quite honest. I don't think Poch is a problem. I think Poch. I think he can improve. You know, as we look at it. But Ty is here. Let me hear what Ty have to say. Cause
Yeah, big up, Ty, bro. What's up?
Can you hear me?
yes,
Yeah,
sir,
we
we're
can hear
hearing
you,
you loud
man.
and clear.
I think I'm having some connection problems. Yeah. Um, I joined back the chat mid conversation, so I don't really know the whole context of the topic that was being discussed. But one thing that caught my attention the most, and is like what you have up on the screen that I commented, is the fact that it's being said that we were doing better on the potcher than we were doing on the potch. And I have to disagree because we're actually doing better in some areas than we were under Potter. Under Potter, we were struggling to create opportunities against low blocks. Yes, we've struggled to make chances and to score against low blocks under Pochettino as well. But to say that we're doing better on the Potter than we're doing currently on the Poch, it, it's not. If you're gonna say anything, you can say that it's on the same caliber because I heard you mention something about statistics, and we've gotten we're at 136 points, and we've is it 36? Was it points or was it goals? I don't remember if it was 30. I remember something about 36 and 38.
I think we
I think we
scored over
finished with
30.
30.
I think we scored 38 goals for the whole entire season. Something in that bracket.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So we've scored more. We've distributed our goals better than we did on the Potter. On the Potter, we were losing games non-stop. With Pochettino, we're actually winning games, and we're getting results from matches that you'd expect based on how the team is now to lose. So I can't agree to say that we're doing worse or we're not doing better than we're doing on the Potter. Yes, Potter was that you could actually see something with Potter, and I can see something with Pochettino as well. The main problem, and I still don't understand why people are just blaming Pochettino. I mean, fans are inconsistent, and it's crazy. When I see the inconsistencies, it does my head in because I'm saying when the team wins, it's never Pochettino, it's always the players. And then when we lose games, it's never the players, it's the manager. I don't get it. What's the difference? So if the players score 6 goals, it's the players are something has clicked with the players. It's not the coach. And when the players don't score goals, it's not the players. It's because of the way they're set up. It's because of this. It's because of that. This inconsistency. You have to choose one or the other. It can't be one date's this and the other date's this. It makes no sense. So yes, I get it. Pochettino deserves some scrutiny. He's not faultless. He is to be blamed for some of the things, and I would be illogical and I'll be irrational if I would say that he is not to be blamed. But you can't put the entire blame on him. We have inexperienced players, and as coach would say on his shows, kids will always be kids. You can't expect to be signing players who are 20 years old, 21, 22 years old, and then would have sold players who would have understood the Premier League, would have been more rehearsed in the Premier League, and then expect to be doing better. It makes no sense. The only player that that has more experience in the Premier League right now, based on how long they've been in the Premier League, is Silva, and even that is limited. You have players like Kovacic who would have been at the club as well. Whether or not people like Kovacic or not, he was one of the more experienced players that we had. Jorginho would have had some questionable moments. He was one that would split opinion as well in the fan base, but he was experienced. Kante speaks for himself. When you sell players that are important to the team, and then you have to find players to integrate them in, and you're throwing them into the deep end, you're gonna have these issues. So I get it. Pochettino has done some things. He has played players out of position when he's had a better options. So those things I can understand for you to criticize him and say that he's doing things or he's experimenting when it's not necessary. But there's an issue with the squad because we have too many young players. We have no experience. And the project is to sign these young players, and then hopefully in the future, the long-term future, it will be bright. And I don't want to be replicating what coach would be saying on his shows, but I'm more concerned with the current than the future, because the future looks brighter than the current looks right now. I've accepted that Chelsea are in the situation that they're in for a reason. It's a new era, it's a new tenure, it's a new team. It's gonna take time for you instill the mentality of winning and fighting and putting everything and leaving everything on the pitch for 90 minutes and to do all of that. But I cannot, for the life of me, understand why there's this belief that we are doing better. We were not sorry, we were doing better on the Potter than we're doing on the Poch now. For a team that is more naive and inexperienced in comparison to what Potter had last season, we are actually doing better. We've had injuries. And we're not the only team that has had injuries, but we've had injuries in areas that, for one reason or another, we were not prepared for. We have injury prone players in Chilwell who I'm concerned about if he's fit or he's gonna be fit enough. We have James who's always been injured. Gusto had an injury as well, so we didn't have a right back. Kukurea is injured as well. We don't have players that can actually play in their natural position, and we have to experiment. So we've had circumstances go against us. Pochettino, like I said, is not faultless, but I'm not going to blame Pochettino and come on and say, oh, the manager doesn't know what he's doing, because he has been gifted a squad that is filled with inexperience and a lot of injuries. So that is what I'm going to say. I know it's gonna be different to a lot of people, but that's just my opinion, and I think I have all right to my opinion.
Well, you said you're right, because I always say the same thing too. I always say like, the main problem that I really got right now with Poch is he just need to be a little bit braver for me. You know, with, like, for instance, if Ryan Sterling doing the trap back that he need to do, like, drop him out of the squad. The Ryan Sterling that I see against Middlesbrough, if you're not seeing that Ryan Sterling in the Premier League, drop him out of the squad. The same thing with Modric. Modric not giving you what you need to do, drop him out of the squad. Get these players that really want to play. Like your Palmer, your Madiwaki, your Lavia is out anyway. But the main problem is a lot of us listen to other social media stuff. So we used to the Arsenal fans and the Man U fans. Everyone want to see Chelsea in this position right now. For us, the future look bright. I always said it. The future is really bright for us. But the era now, that's where the problem is. In the era now, we definitely need a striker. We need Pochettino to start to express himself more, a little bit more. But without say sack him, I always said no, because for me, the end of the season will determine, how the season end, and then for me, then I might say, and if he do get a striker that he need, and probably another defender, and then we go into next season and we still struggle in the same way, then I would start to have my little concern. But for me, I wouldn't sack him right now. We know what we need going into next season. So if he get all of those tools that we need and going into next season and we got the same problem, then from then on, then we can have that discussion about the coaches. But the coach is not the problem for me.
True. And that is true. That is true what you guys are saying. Most definitely. And yeah, like in depth, we need to solve issues from the players as well, and how they're performing, because some of the players, bro, it's unacceptable. You know, game in and game out, especially Disasi, he's on and off. So, like at the end of the day, we just need to get the best out of these players. We got these players for a reason, guys. Like what Ty said, we got them for a reason. So we need to get the best out of these players, regardless of how we are right now, where we at right now. We have to get the best out of them. That's the way forward. Even if some they're not consistent enough to give us great performances, to give us GAs. So at the end of the day, Pochettino really needs to get the best out of these players, regardless, man, regardless. And yeah, we'll see how it finishes. My only objective, Pochettino, bro, just win the Carabao Cup. If you win the Carabao Cup, man, I'm backing you, bro. I'm backing you for days. Like, I will back you until everyone gives up on letting you go. But until then, if guys, he doesn't produce any trophies for us, guys, like legit, I'm being serious, you know, because we are a club, right? We're a club that doesn't look for small quantities and all that. We're a big club. We're meant to win trophies. We're meant to win, major trophies. When was the last time we won a league, guys? That's like how long? 5 years, six? You see, that's very long. No Champions Leagues right about now, 2, 3 years, four. But at the same time, we a club that wins trophies. That's what we're known for. Our history. Look at our history. We are the club that's known for trophies. So at the end of the day, homie needs to produce a trophy, just to make us be aware and be sure. Like I'll be assured that okay, at least going ahead, at least I'll be comfortable with him where he's trying to go, and I'll be comfortable with that. But unless how I see right now, how I see as the whole team, and I really don't. I'm not saying he's a problem. Pochettino's not. I just don't see him as the guy for Chelsea Football Club. I don't like see him. So yeah, I wish it does really change after that, after in due time. But right now, man, like nah, like even if we give him time, guys, like just to compete for a major trophy, it's going to take us time with this squad and with the players that he wants as well. It is going to take us time, but that's how it is.
I
Gavin, you
have a
said we're
question
going.
for both of you, right?
Yeah,
I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm Ty. I'm gonna go with Ty first, and then you can
yeah. Go with
you can
Ty. Go
think
with
about
Ty.
your you can think about if we do get rid of Pochettino. Just saying, who would we bring in as a coach? Who's the next manager that's out there that can really come in and get this team running?
Honestly, I have no idea. I've thought about it. I I was just on X Twitter, trying to see if I could find out what people are thinking about it, because I know sacking Pochettino is high up on the horizon right now for a lot of fans. They want him. Oh, more people are saying Poch out. And in all honesty, I'm trying to think of a manager that you can see can come in, get this team to perform at a level that people want. Because and this is what I'm saying. I don't think Pochettino is the main problem. I don't even think he's a problem where you can say he's a problem where he's holding the club back, or the team back. People will obviously say Hansi Flick. I have reservations about Hansi Flick. I think he I think his pragmatic approach, which is what we want, it does. I don't know. I just feel as if yes, it's on paper it sounds good. It's a younger team, and he loves to work with young players. But I think that his pragmatic system would be an issue at the club. And the only manager that I can think of is him, as it relates to a manager who would come in and actually demand a lot from the team. I know some people say Jose, but honestly, I don't think that you should continuously go back to your ex. Your ex is your ex for a reason. I don't think you should keep going back. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And people are holding on to nostalgia. Yes, he did something infamous for us. He won us our first Premier League trophy under the Roman era, but that is the past. Let the past be the past. Let the bygones be the bygones. It's time to move on. But in all honesty, if I'm being honest, I'm not gonna make up anything. I'm not gonna pretend like I know which manager would come in for him, because I'm not thinking about Pochettino being sacked, because as you said, it's a case where we should give him time. You have seen, I can't say you, and I'm gonna speak for myself. I have seen glimpses of what can happen on a Pochettino if he's given the resources, and he gets the resources that he needs. It's not rocket science that we need an experienced striker. We need more experience in the attack. And Kunku scored a goal against Liverpool that showed experience, that showed knowledge, and the ability to know what to do in the final third. If we get somebody else, if we can find players who are more experienced, who are who are not faced by the criticism that's in the media, then we'll be perfectly fine. You need experience. We can't have young players and expect things to be beautiful or for us to be in top four contentions. It makes no sense. It's like you fired you fired those who are experienced at a company, and you set up a lot of people who are fresh from university and expect the company to still thrive and to be
Mm,
successful. It makes no sense. You need to have a transitional period, and we did not have that. We just sold the players that were experienced and
exactly.
expected it would be perfect because potential is there, and these players are through the roof in terms of potential. It makes no sense. It's illogical. It's not FIFA. It's only in video games that you sign young players and then immediately or after a few months you see them thriving. But to answer your question and not to stray any further, I don't think Pochettino should be sacked. But the only manager, and even though he would not be my option, but I can't think of anybody else, I would say Hansi Flick because I think he would actually demand a lot from the team and he could actually make a difference if he can find some way and if he gets the resources that I hope Pochettino gets the opportunity to get before any decision is made on his future at the club. Then we go from there. But Hansi Flick is my only option right now. I can't think of anybody else. Javi Alonso is one where I don't think it will be likely, but he has been promised. But I don't think we should continue with experimenting with managers who are fresh into the business. But that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you can go ahead and give me your coach.
Um, like Ty said, I'm not gonna be too quick to get Poch out right now. I think we should give it time. Give him time because at the end of the day, who we're gonna get out there, who's available. So, but my
No,
coach will be Luis Enrique. I think Luis Enrique would do a suitable job, but like Luis Enrique, like he doesn't have that connection with English teams. So I think with Man City, I'm not sure, but I don't know. But that's gonna be hard to really get him. Hansi Flick will be a top-notch option, but will he even take us to that top level, guys? You check, because I also don't know his criteria as well. So I really don't know Hansi Flick as well, but he's also one of my candidates. Jose, I'm sorry, bro, because Jose came in when we had experienced players. When we had the players at the back, Ivanovic, John Terry, Lampard, all those players, Ashley Cole, we had those players under who? Jose. So when Jose comes and he sees these players, he would just laugh and be like, "Why did I actually sign up to coach this type of players?" Because they know that caliber of him coaching like that. So for him, Jose, and you know how Jose Mourinho is, bro. And if he doesn't see his players, he's gonna go to the board quickly and he'll tell them, "Yo, give me money because these players know I need to buy more players. I need to buy my players." And we have seen him in our history books as well. So Jose definitely not a no for me. Luis Enrique, yes. Hansi Flick, yes. Carlo Ancelotti is he's going to Brazil national team. I'm not sure if that was a rumor or if it's true.
he
But
signed a new contract
also
with Real Madrid.
with Real, because guy doesn't like Chelsea, so I understand. He doesn't really love Chelsea. He said it in the interview that he doesn't want to coach Chelsea anymore. Even Antonio Conte. It will be so, oh my God, it will be so great to get Conte back, but it's just that we left off in bad times with him. We usually leave bad times with coaches and players, especially with players. Chelsea Football Club has this thing that every player leaves with bad terms, and that's just how it is. At the end of the day, we move on. We No one is bigger than Chelsea. It's Chelsea first, like you said. Chelsea's first, players second, and the rest next. See, so yeah, but right now, um, like Ty said, right now, our option, like he should give this guy time. I'm gonna give him time, bro. We should give him time and see what he's going to do next season. I suggest in the summer, I want him to buy two wing backs, two more wing backs, bro. Another DM, a proper DM that's gonna cover Enzo Fernandez when he's dropping deep. That's gonna do the dirty work at the mid area. Then a striker. If we get those two, then we'll be all right with the wingers and the attacking midfielders. Cause we out with that. We're already good. We have almost 5, 6, maybe 7 attacking midfielders that's willing to play the rest of the season. So if Pochettino really fixes his back line, right? He gets, he gets back during the summer. He buys, he fixes his back line. He buys another DM. I don't know why he bought Lavia for, because I thought Lavia was gonna fill up that Nkante role. Then I saw him how he plays. He's really not that guy. He plays more than a box to box kind of guy. He's more like a provider than a tackler. He's that guy that controls the game and he switches the game. And he also comes in with the transition football as well. So yeah, we just gotta see. Like Pochettino needs to buy some players because there's some areas we need to improve, especially at the back.
I'm gonna go with you first. How do you think we fix our defense line? Like, what do you think is the problem? How do you think we fix it?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. I think my connection is giving problem. I'm not. I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
cut in between.
okay. We were talking about I'm talking about the defense line. Yeah, how you think we solve that problem? What you think is a problem?
Okay. Well, I think one of the main problems is the fact that, like, and I was alluding to it as well. We didn't have a transitional period because the whole project is to have young players and then to build on their potential. But we we as fans that potential doesn't mean anything these days. Injuries are more likely, and sometimes young players can dip, and sometimes they may not get to their highest potential or have a successful career that perhaps when they were younger it appeared that they would have had. So I think one of the main problems that we didn't have a transitional period, we have no experienced players. Because I there's an allusion to getting a DM, and the question about why we got Lavia. I mean, Lavia is a young player and he looks promising. We have Leslie, who's also a DM. So yeah, I think, and I was alluding to that as well when I said the midfielders that left the club that had more experience, who, despite not perhaps not playing in the top flight leagues, barring Kanti obviously was at the club for a while with us for I think what would it be 6 years, 5 years. So in terms of having that experience, he would have been there. I think the way that we can fix the problem is getting experience. Forget about just signing young players, because signing young players alone does not ensure that you can get to that quote unquote promised land that you want to get to. You can't unless the plan is we stay mediocre, we stay a mid-table club, and then we try to do what Newcastle are trying to do now, and other clubs are doing. They stay mid-table, they try to be there, and then eventually when those players get older, then we do that. But that's unrealistic and that's illogical. That's video game mindset. We need to sign experienced players. I think that will encourage our team. It will actually let the players have somebody to look up to, somebody that will, you know, actually be vocal. Silva is perhaps likely to be vocal, but in terms of his language, I don't know how much his English is, how good it is. So I can't say that he is gonna be able to actually take a lot of these players under his arms and hit some sense into them so that they know that they need to be performing better. But we need to sign more experienced players. I think that will help us, because I think us having a lot of these young players who are inexperienced, who are kids, some who are adjusting to having to move, from where they were living. I mean, if you look at the interview that Cole Palmer had with Sky Sports, he spoke about the fact that he's had to adjust to having to do things on his own. He had his mother doing things for him. So a lot of young players in this team have had to adjust. We've signed players from different leagues. We have players like the Sassy who's had a lot of scrutiny for his mistakes and everything, but he's adjusting to a new league, and he's actually done better than a lot of other players that would have signed from other leagues have done. So I think we need to sign more experienced players. I think we need players who are more experienced. And experience does not mean that they have to be 28, 29. Experience doesn't mean that doesn't come with age. It comes with how many games you played, because there's a lot of players who are experienced based on the fact that they were playing from a young age and they're 22, 23. But we need players that have experience, players that are actually aware of what is needed to be successful. Not players who are hoping to get that success because they admired players that were at Chelsea and yada yada yada. Because that alone doesn't do anything. You have a goal, but if you don't have players to push you and to ensure that you are in the right frame of mind, and you don't get complacent, or you don't drop inconsistency for things that can be avoided, you're not going to get to your goal. And I mean, I'm concerned about players like Casado and Enzo leaving, because I mean they've gotten scrutiny, they've gotten criticism for being in situations that are not their fault. It's not their fault that they were thrown to the deep end and not given a transitional period where they're learning from someone that's more experienced. Enzo is not a six. Enzo is being played in a deeper position, and we see that he's being integrated in a higher position, and that leaves Casado exposed. Liverpool game showed it, for example. Casado was isolated in that midfield. We need players who are experienced. We need somewhere that can at least shake up these players so they know that they need to be doing better. I think when we address that, a lot of our problems will go out the window. I'm not saying we're gonna win the league when that happens, but when we sign more players, it will that are experienced, we will be able to have a higher push. The mentality will not be low, and the mentality won't be complacent, or being complacent, or you being lackadaisical, or you simply not knowing what to do because you don't have an experience. I think that will rectify a lot of the problems that we have.
Yeah, Marina, what you think about the defense? What we can do to fix it?
Like Ty said, buy more experienced players. We need to buy more players. That's how we fix our defense. At the end of the day, when we buy young players, right, are they really ready for that caliber? Because remember, Premier League football, right? That type of football, guys, it's quick play, like quick things. So we really need players that are well, like experienced playing that certain type of position where they're playing at, especially the flanks, bro. If we get proper wing backs, if we sign wing backs, we almost signed one guy from, what's his name? Dumfries from Inter Milan. We almost signed him. And I was like, yo, this lad is a good player. Why didn't we get this guy? He's actually a decent player because he knows how to play that role. He knows how to play the right back role. So I was also surprised why we didn't get him. We ended up getting Cucurella, which, yeah, Cucurella, he's at that caliber, but does he really give us those type of performances now? Not really, because he still needs to show us that why we bought him. So, like Ty said, we need experienced players, man. In order to fix the back line, the mid, going to the front, we need players that know how to play their roles. So, yeah. So that's my answer.
Yeah, for me, I think to be honest, the defense is. I think he need to just pick his best two central defenders, and work with it for the end of the season. To be honest, this is a time where you build experience, because if Thiago Silva gonna go at the end of the season, we can start to use him less. That's just my opinion. Thiago Silva is the best defender we got. But if he's going to move on at the end of the season, You need to start to get these defenders together. A few games they're gonna make mistakes. Few games they're gonna come out on top. So overall, like that's how you gain experience. You have to make mistakes to learn. So I think it's time for Pudge to decide, where you want to go or where you want to take this team. That's what I was saying earlier, even with Raheem Sterling. I love Raheem Sterling, but if you know that he's not giving you what he needs to give you, move on. It's time for him to move on and know exactly what he needs, because the press conference he was saying like he know what he needs to do now. So hopeful tomorrow I see what he needs to do, because that's what he was saying after the game. Like, show us what you need to do, because I'm Pochettino in. To be quite honest, Ty know this. I'm never gonna say Pochettino out until he prove me to say yes. Pochettino is definitely to be out. But he need to step away from these players if they're the one that cost him. Because Thiago Silva, we all know every time he step inside the field to make a tackler and he get caught out, he don't got the legs to get back. I was watching one of the games today where I saw one of the defenders step and the defender really reached back to make the tackle. I think it was Fulham against who Fulham played today again? Burnley. So those are the few little things that I see as a problem. I'm gonna ask you guys both about the two strikers in that game today, because both of them is from Chelsea. Broja get about 30 minutes, the same as Fafana, and Fafana showed me what we really miss. I don't know if you guys watched the game. I can see a difference as a striker. What you guys think about both of those strikers?
Ty, you go first, bro.
Yeah, actually, I didn't see the match live, so I had to rewatch the match, because I have an app that actually shows the replay. So yeah, it was actually ironic, and it was quite ironic. Broha was the one that was struggling, and obviously Dacho Fofana is the one that's actually done well since he joined Burnley. I think he got an assist in his first game for them, and then he scored a brace on his home debut. Because I think on his home. I think Burnley were playing at home. Yeah, they were. I think so. If I'm wrong, you can correct me.
Yeah, they're
But
right.
yeah,
They're right.
yeah. So Fofana is the one that actually looked more. He looks more rehearsed. He looks more technically gifted. Looks more technical. And I mean, the goals that he scored. I mean, it's nothing that Jackson hasn't scored per se. I mean, Jackson hasn't scored much header goals, but I think that's the goal he used. That's the first goal that he scored, and then the second was him tap. Well, I don't know how the ball went into the net. I know he got a touch, but there was some sort of collision. But in terms of Dashi Fofana, I mean, when we saw Dashi Fofana play, I think he played once. First when he signed last year in February, around that time, and before that, when I was actually analyzing him, when I would have done my deep dive into what he can do, I could see that he's a technically gifted player. He didn't get the opportunity. He didn't get a fair opportunity to really try to make a name for himself at Chelsea before he went on loan. And then I'm not really acquainted with the whole situation with why he ended up leaving the club that he was at initially. But in terms of what National Fafana can do, he seems more developed. Obviously, he's not fully developed, but he looks more developed than perhaps Broha. And Broha is probably not fair to make a comparison with Broha, because Broha has recovered, is still recovering from an injury. He had an injury, so he has to get back to the groove of it. And obviously, when you get an injury of that caliber, it does affect you mentally and confidently. So obviously that is one factor. But that with Fafana is one that I could see perhaps challenging Jackson. Both are inexperienced in the Premier League. Both are inexperienced in their careers. But if you want someone who's going to rival Jackson, barring Nkunku, if you want to play Nkunku as a false nine or as a nine, I think that Fofana would have been the better option. I think he should have gotten an opportunity before he was loaned out initially and before he was loaned out to Burnley. But I mean, there's no clause for Burnley to buy him. So if things change, if there's any assessments and it's a case where we decide to bring him back, then we can go from there and we can see what happens there. But Dashi Fofana seems to be the more advanced player in terms of where they are in development. Broha is recovering from an injury and he struggled. He tends to go outside. We're seeing the same. I saw the same issue that we had with him at Chelsea, where he's going outside, the ball is hitting him on the hand, and he's just been unlucky. It's unfortunate. I mean, Broha was one of those players that I was rooting for. I was saying that he's so promising. He's still raw, but you could see promise. And now, ever since he got that injury, in the early part of last season, he struggled, and it's unfortunate. It really is, but that's just how football is. I mean, that's perhaps what caused me to not, venture into what I wanted to do. But I'm not going to get into that because that's irrelevant. But yeah, in terms of who is more advanced, Dacho Fafana looks the more advanced one, in my opinion.
Yeah, facts. I also go with Fofana. I would go with Broja, but Boha, well, he showed me the time when he was at Southampton, bro. Like, yeah, he was really cooking, bro. Like you said, the injuries, bro. Like, once a player gets an injury, it's gonna take him time to get back to his full confidence and start banging goals. And that's where Broha is right now. With Fofana, I've seen now, okay, why we bought this bridge, like why we actually purchased it. But it's 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 the reason of how we let Broha and never called him back to the Chelsea squad. Why didn't we do that? Because we know that we need a striker. We needed a striker at the end of the deadline. So why did we do that to Fofana and offload him to Burnley for another loan? We should have kept him and we should have used Palmer as nine. Then with other games where Palmer is not is you know is tired and most of the players are tired, that's when we use Fofana. That's where we utilize him. And I'm also shocked, like, why we didn't get this guy back. Why didn't we recall him? Because we recalled Cassidy, we recalled Santos, but they're not playing. They're not playing. You see, they're not playing. So my whole point is like, what's going on with what's going on with the players and the dealings and what is going on there? It's something is it's like there's something going on, and it's really like frustrating because you really want to know, okay, we have these players, but when we get these players, we're not using them, and they end up being unsettled. Now they want to move on, you see. So with the striker, like this summer, I think we should buy a striker. Like we should get a striker. I think, in my opinion, because we already know Jackson can play striker. He's really good on the flank. So once we capitalize that next season with a new striker, then Fofana comes back from loan. Broha, we might sell him. We're definitely gonna sell him to Fulham or Wolves, depending on which contract he chooses. Because he really didn't want to go this window. I think he wanted to go somewhere. He didn't want to go this window. He really wanted to play for Chelsea, but we had to let him go for financial reasons. But yeah, my opinion is to buy a striker. We buy a striker. We let him. We get that guy to give Jackson Fofana competition and to really see if they're really capable of being at the very best because both have potential. With Broha, I think letting him go is it's the same thing with Loftus Cheek, right? It's the same similar situation with him and Loftus Cheek, where we had so many years for Loftus Cheek to blossom. Then all of a sudden now it started to blossom in AC Milan. It's crazy. So like Yeah, we just need to have hope. We'll buy a new striker. I reckon we need to buy a new striker. Then that's where that person will give Jackson and Fofana competition, because they are also not well enough experienced to also carry on. Because they're not. I'm not sure Fofana's there to get 20 GA. I don't think he can get more than 20 or 15. I think he can average 10 GA to 15 in a season. Once he gets to a level where he averages 20 in a season, yo, bro, like I'll be fine with him. I'll be fine. But otherwise, we'll need to buy one of the top strikers in the world. We need to choose from, from certain teams now. You know, we need to go to Victor, or we need to go to the guy that's from Sporting. I don't know his name. His name is Victor, but we need to get a top-notch striker so that these players can get more competition and more experience. So that's my opinion with the strikers as well. So yeah, the midfielders, we okay with the midfielders. The midfielder problem is the DM. We need a DM like Casero can play proper DM because it's always isolated there. So we need someone that does the Thomas Partey role or does the Ngalo Kante role, that is always there just cleaning the balls, just cleaning scrappy balls around and giving it to, so they can go to the dead yard, giving it to Palmer so Palmer goes to the dead area. So yeah, that's like about it with the strikers.
We got some good news. Ben Chilwell
Okay.
is in training. He's not out injured like what I heard today. They
Okay,
put out the
thank
group
God.
they put out the group thing from today training session, and they said he's involved in training with Shalaba, Modric, Gusto, who else? Cassidy. So they all was involved in training today. So
That's
that's a plus for
is
us.
he is he gonna start though? Do you know that is he gonna start or
No, I'm not sure, but I think they said he was out injured again. But for what they
hey?
were saying today, he's in training today. So
To be honest with you guys, like seriously speaking, we have to also get rid of Chili, bro. Like we also have to get rid of Chili because he's costing us too much money, bro. Like we're paying him ridiculous. This is the reason why him and Reece James are the reason why Mason Mount left Chelsea, because they were the first two lots to get renewed by the owners renewed the contracts first before Mason Mount. Then Mason Mount did his thing in the media, put more pressure on Chelsea, then he ended up going to Man United. So like we need to buy a decent left back again, bro, for Chile. Because if Chile comes back, then he gets injured again, guys. Come on, bro. Like it's frustrating. It really is. Not for us, also the fans, also for Pochettino, bro. Like Pochettino, I also feel his vibe. Like yo, you need some certain players that can play that position, right? And they're not there. They're not
you
fully
don't
there,
think that's
bro.
why we should have a little bit of leniency on Pochettino because all these in
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That gets to your point where you guys say that we should give Pochettino time, and that's where I'll be like, I no bid, because there
I
are
wanna
some players that,
I wanna ask you guys something, but I wanna ask Ty first.
I
You think Pochettino should start Christopher Nkunku tomorrow?
Do I think that what?
You think Pochettino should start Christopher tomorrow?
Christopher Nkunku.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think we have any. I don't think we have any other choice, to be honest, because, well, actually, um, I don't. Uh, I honestly don't think there's any other player that is deserving of a start than Nkunku in the position that he should play, which is as a 10. Um, Chukwemeka came on and he looked promising. I mean, before he got injured, he looked very promising. He was a very bright aspect of the team. But if I'm being honest, I think Nkunku should start. I know it's still early because he's come back not long ago, so it's probably a rush. But like we're in a very dire situation. We we're limited when it comes on to having players who can actually deliver much. We don't have that in the the capacity that we should. We should have it in a higher capacity, but we don't because we have so many poor players in terms of how naive or young they are. So we're in a very complicated situation, and I mean I think Nkunku should start because he's deserving of it. If Carney starts, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but Nkunku needs to because we need some experts in that team in the attack, I should say.
Well, that's true. What do you think? What do you think, Ryan?
Um, yeah. I don't know. I I'm thinking maybe he should come on the second period because I don't know if he's really ready to start, bro. Like I could see it when he came on against Pool. I could see he's ready in shape. But just to risk him again, guys, as he came from a long term injury again. So yeah, I don't know how Poch will sort it out, but all I know is that I'll see Sterling or Palmer tomorrow at 9. That's what I know. And if Gallagher plays, he's gonna play 10. That's what I know. But if Nkunku starts, yeah, but I prefer him to come in the middle of the game, in the second half of the game, because he changes the game. I realize that he comes and changes the game. He's a game changer. So once we have that with fresh players as well inside, if we also bring in Nani as well in the second period, and we bring in Modric in the second period as well. If Modric is still available, I'm sure he's injured now. I think he's available tomorrow. But yeah, like if Nkunku starts, right, he should start with Carney. He shouldn't start with Gallagher because Gallagher is gonna steal his space, and Nkunku is the only type of guy that plays on the middle. He can play left, but the reason why he's playing left because he can play link up play with Jackson. As we saw that you saw that link up play with Jackson in the preseason, right? Yeah, that's why he was playing on the left. So if he starts, he should play on the left with Jackson, or Jackson plays on the left, yeah, and he plays as 9. Then Palmer plays central. Then Sterling plays. If Sterling starts, well, maybe he's going to. Then he plays isolation. But I doubt Sterling starting because I think Carney's gonna replace Sterling's position. Then Carney might go to 10. Then Nkunku might go to the left. Palmer might go to the right. Then Sterling might um, score as 9. But you know they fluid. They play fluid. So you in the game you see they will change in between the positions. You see Kunku play 9 between the game. Then you see Palmer playing 10. He's normally playing right wing. So it's this tactical decision that Poch is trying to make, which is good. It's good that we utilizing our flanks because that's where our game area is the flanks. Then we just need to get the middle part now. We need to get the players to play in the middle. And that's where Carney comes in. Once we put Carney there, everything is fluid because Carney carries the ball and he's fluid with it. He carries the ball and attacks. And he's the guy, Carney and Enzo, those guys, those two. Oh my God. The time when I remember, yes, against Liverpool, when Enzo was like primo or prime, like he was insane. He was prime Iniesta that time, bro. I was like, how is Enzo controlling the ball like that, bro? It's because of Carney. Because Carney was in some certain positions where Enzo can pick him up, then he goes, carries the ball, and he's fluid with it. Then he plays transition football with the wingers. So Carney and Enzo, bro, they are needed in the squad. They are definitely needed. In terms of Nkunku, will he start? I doubt. But if he does, let him play on the left. If he doesn't play on the left, he plays as a number 9. Because, yeah. So that's my opinion with Christopher Nkunku.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We got about probably about 15, 20 more minutes. I don't know if you guys what the score for tomorrow. Then we're gonna change and talk about a little bit about the game um, today, and then tomorrow is the big game. So starting off with Ty, what do you think about the game tomorrow? What's the score?
Um. Ooh, ooh, I think it's gonna be a very tight match. I think I think maybe a cheeky 2-1. I think maybe that would be the result.
It's a 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 to Chelsea.
All right, Ty. We, what's your score, Murray?
Um, 1-0 scrappy win, bro. All I
One
need
nil.
is a win. I need a win. Even if it's scrappy, 2-1, 1-0, I don't mind.
Uh, Ty, what do you think about all the games today? I don't know if you got them in front of you. I can give you the games. If you and you tell me what you think about them today, or if you got them, you can just go through them. This weekend was a gold fest. But
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot of game. Ooh, actually, what game was it? Yeah, Luton versus Newcastle. That game was intense. Luton scoring 4 goals. Um, was it Newcastle? Yeah, Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle. Yeah, against Newcastle. Newcastle. Newcastle having to come from behind. It was a very today's matches were filled with a lot of comebacks, a lot of draws, a lot of last minute. Spurs giving up the game against Everton, I believe. Yeah, wow, it was the matches were actually intense. Um, Angie Postecoglou, him obviously. Oh my goodness.
Wait, Newcastle lost today.
no, it finished 4-4.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
finished
yo,
4-4.
Newcastle has been bad. Hey, they've been bad, bro. Like, wow.
Well, it's not them being bad, man. You can't take away the respect from Luton, man. Luton been playing like they got some steroid or something over there. Luton and Ross Bartley, man, he's been playing off it like he's on a different level, to be quite honest.
Man. And that's crazy. And they just fighting to just get the 40-point mark. That's it. That is it. These teams, bro. These teams are crazy.
Luton right now is a team that I wouldn't want to face, to be quite honest. But when we play Luton, if we got like 2 or 3 more minutes in the game, they would have come back. That second half, but
And
Luton will destroy you in the second half of every game. Aston Villa run past Sheffield 5-0. We talk about the Fulham 2-2 with Burnley and the Brighton and Crystal Palace. I think that's Roy Hodgson. I think that's it for him. Don't be surprised on Monday if you heard that they sack him. And that Everton and Tottenham 2-2. That was a classic too. The
wait,
big game tomorrow. Let us talk about the big game tomorrow. How are you to tie? How you think this one gonna go? Arsenal versus Liverpool.
I think it will end. I think Liverpool are gonna win. I think Liverpool are gonna win. Like I would have said when I was on a previous one of your previous shows. I said that I don't think I share the same sentiment that Jose would have shared. I don't see Arsenal in the title race per se. If I'm wrong, then I'll apologize, but I don't see them as a part of the title race. I think Liverpool have shown that, especially with the news of Klopp leaving, that will give them extra fuel, extra momentum to win the Premier League. So I think Arsenal are going to get a defeat. I think Liverpool are going to win. I think the game could end. Arsenal would perhaps score, but I think the game is going to probably end. Maybe it's going to probably be high octane. I think the match could perhaps end about 3-2 or something close to that for Liverpool.
Wow. What you say, Marine?
Oh, draw. I'll say a draw. Liverpool, I'm sorry. Tesh, I'm sorry. Your guys are drawing blood. I think it's 1-1 because never underestimate Arsenal. Yeah, they've been, lacking, bottle the league last season. It's Arsenal, of course. But at the end of the day, Arsenal, bro, they proved themselves this season. Especially when I was watching them against Luton. They had a decent game. They had a worse start, worst first half, but second half, bro, they switched on and yeah, they started capitalizing. But yo, Arsenal, man, once it's just that if they keep on pressing Liverpool, then that's where they can get a result. But I'm in for a draw, but Liverpool to win because yo, Paul has been outstanding this season. Win after win without even more Salah, guys. That is crazy. That's insane, man.
What do you think, Ty, about the next game tomorrow? Manchester United, West Ham. Those are right in the mix of us. Uh, I think. Oh, it started at the same time as us too. West Ham United, Manchester United. Why do you think that one gonna go?
I think it will be a draw. I think it could be a 2-2 draw.
You see right here, the notorious Stash don't know she's a Liverpool fan or or a Arsenal fan. What do you guys think about this? Because Arsenal is a big side, and she rooting for Liverpool, as I guess. You know, I, I don't think you can have two dogs in the fight, right?
In terms of what? In trophies or in matches? Because trophies wise, no. Arsenal, I'm
I don't
sorry.
know because Chelsea is the biggest club in London.
Exactly. Like they can't like I was also telling this to my uncle, right? He's a Arsenal fan. He keeps comparing Arsenal to Chelsea. I'm like, no, bro, like you guys can't compare Arsenal to Chelsea now because you guys don't have the evidence to back it up. You don't have it. Where's your Champions League? Where are your Europa Leagues? Okay, you got leagues. Okay, you've been the highest winner in the FA Cup. But back it up. We won everything, bro. We even have a gold badge, bro. So back it up. So we the bigger club. We the bigger club. And
With
it's by fact, it's not ego. It's by fact though.
London is red. London is blue. Who you think gonna win the Premier League? To be honest, because for me, it's a two-horse race. I think Arsenal is out of it, especially if they lose tomorrow. If they don't get a win tomorrow, I think they're completely out of it. I don't know who want to go first with this one, but who do you guys think gonna win the Premier League? I wish Aston Villa could win it. If Aston Villa can come back and win it, it would be a joy for me. That would be one of my best days. If Aston Villa, but I don't think Aston Villa gonna be able to keep up with the big boys. But who do you think gonna win the Premier League?
Ty, who do you think? You go first, bro. Is it taking long? Okay, let me just go first. Probably he's busy. I would say Liverpool will take the Prem because like the level of the performances, like because Man City or they've been on and off. They lose. I realize Man City lose points during small teams and also big teams. They lost like few points against us. I think they lost 2 points against. We play in City this month, so if we can also get some point there, that would be amazing. But Liverpool, I think Liverpool they're gonna take it. They look sharp. They look everywhere from top to bottom. They are so sharp. They are very. Even if they don't have their players, they are so sharp. They have players that are quick. The decision making is fluid. Like the way they're so unpredictable. Diaz, Jota, Nunez yeah, but Jota and Diaz, they are so unpredictable. Dominic Szoboszlai is insane, bro. That and now I see why guys are comparing him to Steven Gerrard, but that's too far though. We can't go there. Really can't go there. But
It's too soon. You have to be
it,
consistent for me.
yeah, it's too soon for Steven Gerrard jeans. Nah, that's too soon. But at the end of the day, man, Liverpool have been fluid, like solid ground from top to bottom. Everywhere they go, they're so confident. They go with the ball like they know what's the next move. That builder play against us when they scored the third goal, I was like you could
You're
see
100% right.
you could see though, like Liverpool, they are the team to take it. Liverpool, they are the
They're,
team to take
they're
it.
playing like it's their final dance.
Yeah,
They have something to prove.
exactly. And on top of that, they're not in Champions League as well, and they're also in Europa League, which they also look like they can win it. They can go all the way with it. So I can see what Klopp is doing. He's really doing an amazing job, bro. Like, yeah, so big up to Liverpool, to the Liverpool fan. Big up to you guys. Like, yo, legit, your guys worked hard this season. But yeah, we'll see how the season goes. Let's hope Chelsea will also be there, though. But yeah,
Yeah, I hope, I hope one day that can be us. You there, Ty?
Yeah, I'm here, but my connection is giving problem. You keep talking and I see, then you just jump, and there's just a jump in what you're saying because you were talking about one day you hope, and I hear you still there, Ty. So I think there's a delay
Oh,
on my end.
I was just asking you who you think gonna win the Premier League. Who are your favorite? Because it's been changing every week. Liverpool look like they have no, nothing to lose. Like they're fighting for their lives.
Yeah, I think Liverpool are gonna win it. Like you said, I wish a team like Aston Villa could win it. Neither Man City or Liverpool can win it, but I think Liverpool are gonna win it. There's something in here. Like I said, the news that Klopp is leaving could be viewed as them getting extra fuel to actually do it.
Yeah, I got a question that I want to ask you guys. You got Lampard, right? You got Steven Gerrard, and you got Scholes, and you got Yaya Toure. Who are your best Premier League midfielder? I,
I
I
I
get
am
this
I
question
am
a
so
lot. That's what I'm
sorry.
asking.
I am so sorry, Frank Lampard, Steven G. Bro, Steven Gerrard was one of the underrated CDM. That guy can play CDM. That guy can play CM. That guy can play. He was complete to the point where, bro, he rejected Jose Mourinho 4 times. 4 times. I preferred Steven G more than Frank because Steven G is always that guy that's gonna give me what I want. At the end of the game, he's always going to give me what I want. And two, he has that strong leadership that not only him is playing, but he's allowing all of his players around him to play with him and to be encouraged and to go on and press more. I want a player like that. With Frank Lampard, yes, we have a similar situation. But with Steven G, bro, he was complete on and off area, even captaincy, everywhere. I would go for Steven G. But in terms, if we put Iniesta or Xavi, right, I'll go more than Xavi and Iniesta. But in terms of Premier League wise, there was Steven G. Wow, what a player! What a player!
Who you going for, Ty?
Sorry, I'm not hearing.
Who you going for? Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes, Yaya Toure. Who are your best midfielder? Because someone asked me this question, and I
Oh
just
my
want to read it.
goodness. Honestly, since oh god, I wanna, oh gosh, ooh, that's a difficult question. I'm gonna go for mm, wow. Oh, I'm gonna go with Lampard.
Good choice. I'm gonna go with Lampard too, because the reason why I go for Lampard, it's not easy to go 15 to 16 years constantly scoring more than 20 goals per season as a midfielder.
Yeah.
You know, the rest, they were more technical, gifted, but Lampard was more, consistent season in, season out with everything that he do. So for me, that's what we all love the game for. You want to see your best player out there week in and week out doing and come up with big moments. And Lampard come up with more big moments for me, more consistent than the rest. So I will say Lampard was the better midfielder. He probably didn't born with the talent as the rest, but he gave you something that you look for each and every day, and that's consistent. So that's why I would say Lampard for me. So Ty, you need to leave drop your link in the comment section.
Hmm.
The same thing too, Mary. Yes, if you
So,
drop your link to the comment section, so
sorry,
you
who's this respectable guy on above my icon? Because I didn't get to hear the name a while ago. My connection is really acting up.
Maya, Maya, Akopa Maya.
you get a tie.
No, I didn't actually. I'm not. I'm like I don't know. Like the
Wait,
connection is just acting up.
let me just comment on the live stream.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
leave a
yeah.
comment in there.
Drop your comment and drop your link to your YouTube channel too, if you can.
Hmm. Ah, funny. Turn up
So
your hearing aid. That's funny.
what?
Ugh. ah, oh gosh, I'm not that old.
Oh, Ty, I think that one is for you.
Yeah, I'm not that old.
All right. So one more question: where you guys think Chelsea gonna finish this season? Guys, I got high hopes, to be honest. I think after this, in my prediction, I think after we go through this month, this tough patch, I think we're gonna go on a run. You there, Ty?
I'm not hearing, man. I don't understand.
Yeah, there is, Ty. I put him up right there.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see.
The notorious Tasha, we're gonna finish 15. Honestly, I would love Liverpool lose tomorrow just for that. I'm gonna I'm gonna be a Liverpool hater right now. I would love for Liverpool to lose just for that sake.
I prefer I prefer both teams lose tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be my. I wish I could let both team lose, but one gonna have to come up with something. Either a point or. But the notorious Tash, though, is a wagonist because she got two dog in a fight. I never see two dog in a fight. So no one can have two dog in a fight. To be quite honest, so I'm not I'm not trying to trash Liverpool, but it's just what it is. Liverpool and Arsenal, you can't have two dog in a fight. I don't see where that's necessary. Or where that can happen.
Man, she trying to get you out your comfort zone so that you can feel more pain about Chelsea. You know how these people do. You know
you
how
know,
they do. You need to be
yeah.
smart now.
So guess what? If Arsenal win, you're an Arsenal fan. If Liverpool win, you're a Liverpool fan. I don't see where that goes.
She probably a Man United fan. You never know. You never know.
So I got a question for you guys, right? $1 million question. What do you guys think about the financial strain that they said Chelsea may be gonna face in the I think in June or July? I don't know who wanna start off first on it. What do you guys really think about it? Do you think it's possible, or you think it's just some Chelsea haters is trying to bring some negativity around?
Okay. Who's going first? Should I go first? Alright, I'll go first. Um, I'm not surprised really about our financial because at the end of the day we spent almost a billion. So that also gonna ring questions to the Premier League directors and also FFP. So I'm not surprised if Chelsea gonna get banned or get a branch fund about because at the end of the day, we never made enough profit from what we bought comparing to the players we actually sold. We never made a lot of profit from it. So I think that's the reason why, as well, because we're not also in in the title race and in the title competition, so that we can also back it up, also make profit from what we spend. So it's gonna be difficult. Like I said, I was telling one lot like I was telling him that it's gonna be difficult to get Osimhen here because we have to sell Broha, we have to sell Gallagher, we have to sell Sterling now, we have to loan Noni now. We have to you see like we need to get rid of players in order to bring more players. And with Osimhen as well, he is gonna also put more pressure because he's 140, right? 150. He's 150 mil for a striker. That's insane. That's too much. But if it's worth that amount, then why not? Why not spend that amount? You know. But at the end of the day, I'm not surprised about our financial reasons because yeah, like we've been spending too much, man. We've been spending since last season. We've been spending, and we're still gonna spend more. So it's gonna rise up questions as well from FFP and also from I think Premier League directors. They just want money from the owners, but at the end of the day, we just see how it goes. The owners they're very smart, so they know what they're gonna do. They're smart. They shipped most of their players to Saudi Arabia and made profit from Saudi Arabia, which is smart. I would never think of that, you know. But so since our owners are smart and they know how to capitalize on that, then yeah, we'll see how things go. And yeah, I'm just happy we still can purchase players. Todd is also gonna allow Pochettino to also rebuild again. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. regardless of what the situation with our finance, I'm happy with that Pochettino's going to get back, and I'm happy that there's no any other problems. But if it happens that Chelsea gets a fine, then I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah.
What do you think, Ty?
About what?
About financial that they've been talking about, the FFP that they've been talking about all week?
I don't think it's as
No, sorry, go ahead.
I don't think it's as big as people are making it out to be. I don't think it is. Honestly, I really don't think it is because I mean, yeah, at the moment, as it was said a while ago, there is a matter of we have to sell in order to buy within the scopes of financial fair play. But we have billionaires as owners, and you, you don't become a billionaire by being foolish. You have to know when to invest, when to not invest. You need to know how to increase your wealth and not decrease it, and because that's what the rich do. The rich find more ways to remain rich and to get richer. So I think if the whole stance of, oh, we have until June 30th to make up to whatever amount that was quoted, the owners will find a solution. So for those fans that are concerned, I can understand why you're concerned because, oh, making that, and it just seems like as if Chelsea are being targeted and whatever. But it's not as bad as fans believe it is, to be honest. I don't think it is that bad. Honestly, I don't think it is as bad as people believe it is. Because I think we will find a way because we are aware that you have to do certain things in order to remain rich and to ensure that your investment remains intact and successful. We won't get point reduction, I'm sure about that.
Yeah, a lot of people is getting it wrong because they don't realize that they buy Chelsea for 4 billion, right? 1 billion of that should spend towards the squad. Is not the whole entire 4 billion was given to Roman or the government who they said have the money. That 1 billion of that that's already there to rebuild the squad, both the academy and the women game overall and the senior team. So a lot of people don't take that in consideration. So that's $1 billion free spend money that Chelsea got right there. You know, so it's up to them to spend it wherever they want to spend it. That was in there to spend over 10 years. If they want to go in one go, and revamp the squad, that's on them. So that's why I'm not really worried about it. A lot of people don't look on the content of it. They're just looking at what each and every one been saying. But sometimes it's good for you to read between the lines. If the owners did know that they're gonna have all of these problems, they wouldn't spend so much money. They come in and remember they try to find out every single details with the Premier League, how everything run, but even before they started to do all the spending. Remember, Bowley was having a lot of meetings over there with the FA and all of that, and then they're talking about the self-report. If they did thought it was something that was going to hurt the club in general, they would have self-report themselves. So people need to look on the other side, instead of think one way, because they're just thinking that, oh, they self-report themselves. I know they investigate it for themselves before they report it. If they didn't investigate it and see that it's a small matter, and I think that is a smart way too. That's in my opinion, because you bring that up to the FA. You're trying to show them like you're trying to play along with the game. You're not trying to cheat. So I think that put a good look on the owners to know that at least they're trying to do the right thing. That's in my opinion, though. I don't know what you guys think differently.
That's facts, 100% facts. I mean, like you said, the fact that they would have looked back at the little loopholes that would have occurred under the Roman era, that is one thing. They're smart people, and like I said, they did not just become rich by being foolish and not understanding the business. Because football is no more about business, if you realize. It's about how you can make more money, and I mean that's what we see with players these days. Players loyalties no longer exist. If you can get a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time, then you do whatever it needs to be done. So the fact that they self-reported the thing that helped their case with the FA and not and them not getting any point deduction as Everton would have gotten in terms of breaches. So they're smart people and they'll find a way to resolve the problem. And if, like you said, if they would have gotten an access to the accounts because this is the thing, and this is why when I see these big YouTubers speaking the nonsense that they speak on YouTube, and you have people that are subscribing to their theories, it, it's it gets me frustrated because I'm saying if you remember the whole fact, the procedure took way longer than it needed to. There was a lot of options. They would have been given access to the accounts. They would have been able to see the whole ongoing of the club before they would have opted to buy the club. They would have seen the loopholes. Would have had people to advise them. And obviously, like you said, they had a meeting to see how the whole setup of it because they're new to the business, and we've seen that they're learning from their mistakes. One things that they gave Potter a 5-year contract, and you see that they gave Pochettino 2 years. So that is one step in the right direction. I mean, we didn't sign anybody in January, and perhaps that that wasn't really a necessity per se in terms of giving players opportunity. I know some people just say probably get someone on a loan in the attack, probably somebody in the left back position. That was one I wanted to see us get somebody for the left back, but we have to get rid of some players because we don't have Champions League, we don't have any Europe competition, so competition and minutes it would be limited for certain players and they wouldn't get the opportunity. So they're smart people. So yeah, I don't like I said I don't think there's anything to be worried about because they will find a way, and if it was as concerning as it was, they would have ensured that it would have come out into the light long before it was disclosed.
Yep, well said, Ty. 100%. Like that's what I think about it too, because these big account man, they're all just getting negative, like the Manchester United fan base and the Arsenal. Like I don't see where all of this negativity is coming from. Like we all was crying for a rebuild for so many years. Now you get a rebuild, you're still crying that we get into so many youths, so many young players. I know we need few experience, but we've been crying for a rebuild. You get a rebuild, now you start to cry for something else. You're crying that you don't need but Lukaku. We all understand what Lukaku did. But imagine if Lukaku was in this squad right now, this season, with the amount of chance we be created, we would have probably more up the table. Not saying Lukaku is the best player of all time. Everybody make mistake. It's what you do when you make a mistake. So he's still our player. So I don't see why we've been crying for so many things. Like, the spoil of the kid. Like, more you give is the more they want. And when you start to take it away, they say that you don't like them, but they don't understand that you give too much and they keep crying for more. So you have to stop at a point. Anything you have to say, Maureen, on that?
Yeah, most definitely, guys. Like what you guys pointed out. Yeah, you guys were spot on about it. Just let the owners do their thing, bro. Like at the end of the day, like Ty said, they're billionaires for a reason, and they are very smart to get out of this position. So we just let them do their job, and as well, I also don't like what the other accounts are saying about the board, especially also the fan base. It's also within the fan base they talk badly about the board. The other reason why we buying these players, guys, at the end of the day, where we getting the money, where we getting the resources from. from the board, from Todd, from those guys. So at the end of the day, we still have to gonna back the board because the board's decision is the final decision at the end of the day. So yeah, you guys were really spot on about the financial and the FFP rules. Very spot on. Like I also learned something new from you guys today about that. I never knew like how the FFP regulations were. I never knew that until you guys spoke about it. So yeah, I think I should look onto that a bit more on Chelsea's finance as well, and just to really learn in depth like how they're operating as well. So yeah, you guys are really spot on.
I got one more thing I want to touch on it. I don't know if Ty noticed it too, but for the even like the Premier League, they've been saying that no one been spending money in the Premier League, but like they don't go deeply inside of it. Like if you notice, right, the last couple of years, you got the La Liga president been coming out so they can keep their best players. Like everyone is against the Premier League about the spending. So the Premier League have to come out and put some holes bar down and some rules and regulation, to kind of take some of the heat off the Premier League because we all know the Premier League is the best watched league in the world. And the Premier League got the monies, and everywhere is coming out and start to talk about it, like they can compete, they can do this, they can do that. After a while, a lot of eyes gonna be on the Premier League. Things gonna get more stricter for the Premier League. So I think what they're doing right now is just to clamp down. To be honest, to clamp down on the player wages because it's getting ridiculous. The wages and how much you've been selling player for. Like the least player, even if he's not good, the least you can get for a mediocre player is $50 million. You know what I mean? A good player, 80 something $1 million. A world class player, you're gonna go to what, 300 million for one player. So there's some way along the line. I know they're gonna find some way and somehow to clamp down on all of this. It's just to keep everything under control because it was getting out of control for real. Especially with Brighton. If you go to a negotiating table with Brighton, their price is sky high. So I just think after a while, if a player really want to come to Chelsea and Chelsea put a $50 million on the table or $60 million, I know the players now gonna start a push and say, listen, I need to go. So that club gonna have to end up start a fall in line, because once the player is unhappy, might as well you get rid of him. So I think it's just to just get like a grip on everything what's going on in my object. That's how I think. Who
That
want to
is
take?
true. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
No, you can go ahead. You're about to say something.
Oh yeah, I was just saying. You know, it's just it's just to look at the on the and everything. One second. Oh yes, yeah, you got a YouTube channel, Ty. Ty was asking if you got a YouTube channel. Oh, I just saw the private link. My bad. No, that's what I was saying to drop your channel inside the if you can drop it in the comment section. You can go ahead now, bro.
Alright. Yeah, like you guys were speaking about. These players nowadays, players are actually like what Ty said. Football now is no more like football back then. As we grew up to see what is football now, it's politics now. Like everything is about money and business now. Players are busy getting bought by high ridiculous prices. Especially one runabout, especially one guy that I'm also concerned about is Declan Rice as well. Declan Rice, Mikhail Mudryk. I'm still wondering how did we give Shakhtar Donetsk 100 mil for? and he's getting paid, I think 120 or 130K per week. So I'm still like shocked, cause as well the way they paid Shakhtar Donetsk, I think they were also paying Mudryk in a long term project. Same with Enzo, they're also paying him long term. So it's a long term contract. But with some players, man, I still question, like, what's going on, like what's happening with these teams? Why are they buying players that they know they're not worth more than 100 mil? They end up selling these players 100 mil. Like you said, Brighton ended up saying Casero 100 mil, but he's not worth 100 mil. But they had to push him. I think it's because he also signed from a different team in Ecuador, where at that team they needed a wage where they had to pay fully off, where Brighton had to pay that wages off. So that's why Brighton was also knocking on Chelsea's door, like, yo, pay 100 mil. You can't pay 80 mil, because we wanted Casero 80 mil. They wanted Casero 120 mil, and we had to give them that. So it's crazy to see players at such level, to the point where they just get ridiculous prizes, and it's insane. Today's football is insane. It's really insane. If it goes under, like, over the board, like, who is in charge at the top now? Who is the guy that's running the clubs now? If it's gonna be like that, who is the guy that's controlling the transfers now? So yeah, it's a scary time for football now, because, like you guys said, nobody's loyal. No football player is loyal. Anyone can go anywhere for money. As you can see, Mbappe now is going to Madrid for money. You know, so at the end of the day, we just have to live like that and see. And it is what it is. That's football right now. And we move. We just move. We get the players that we want. And I'm sure Pochettino has one or two players that he knows that he wants. And yeah, we just move from there. We just move from there. So yeah.
Anything you want to add to that, Ty?
No, I think he's actually said it all.
Any last words, guys?
If you guys can also do a live stream show again for tomorrow's match, if that's okay, I'll be pop with that. If not, that's okay. That's fine by me.
For
But
tomorrow?
yeah. If you willing, if not, that's okay, guys.
No, I'm doing a stream tomorrow. I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow too. But
Alright,
I'm gonna be on Jay-Z channel. Where you are? Where you at? You in the US?
I'm in South Africa. It's in the nighttime right now. It's
Oh, it's in the
3 o'clock.
nighttime.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning right now.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. Eh?
Yeah, so I'll probably start. I'm probably gonna do a show probably tomorrow about 3 o'clock US time after all the games, and then after I finish up with JC, then I'm gonna do a stream probably about, I don't know, 3 o'clock. I don't know what time is gonna be for you, but I'm gonna get able to send you the link.
I'll see a notification, because if you tell me you're gonna be up at 3 p.m., I'll actually see a notification. Then I'll come through our portal.
Okay, yeah, bro. I really appreciate you coming on and join me in
Yeah,
time.
Wait, hold
Most of the
on.
time it's me in time.
Before it goes though, I want the link though, because I can't be sent in the comments, the live comment.
I'm gonna send you through. I think I can send you his link through WhatsApp, Ty.
wait. Can you
Okay.
send him? Can you send the link on WhatsApp to him, or?
Yeah. I can send
No,
Ty. I got Ty WhatsApp.
no.
I can send him through
Send the
WhatsApp.
link, because I tried finding the channel on YouTube, but there's a bunch of channel names with the same as that, so I couldn't find it.
Same
Okay,
as that.
don't move. He's right here on top of my playlist because I was watching this video today. Uh,
Yeah,
where
man.
did you go?
'Cause
Yeah, I
my
was
my
watching
goal is
his.
to, my My goal is to do more streams or have discussions with more people, because
Yeah.
that's one of the community needs to support each other. Definitely
Yeah,
needs to support each other.
that's the only way we're gonna grow. Just like what we're
Yeah,
doing right now. Each one help one.
yeah.
Man, you were just right here. What happened? YouTube been doing some crazy stuff on my end. Okay, your video was just right here. What's going on? Oh, here you are. Uh, the last video you did was 16 hours ago, right? We need to win, right? Yeah, I'll find it. I'm gonna share it through WhatsApp to you, Ty. Tell me when you get it.
Oh, I already shared it, Ty. So if you can share it on YouTube, if you can't go inside there, you can share. You will share
No,
it to
no.
WhatsApp.
I sent it through WhatsApp. The link. You just have to click on the link and it'll send him
Oh,
to your channel.
I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's checking it right now. So
All right. I think I've also follow you. I follow you, Ty, because there was the last time. You also put your link on Coach's YouTube channel, and I think I followed you. It was Chelsea Sensations founder. Yeah.
yeah, Ty been dropping some bomb video early in the morning when I get up to go to work. The first thing I saw is Ty.
Serious.
I love to see stuff like that.
And I love to hear other people's opinions because I learn a lot from you guys as well.
Yeah, because
I
what I
maybe
do, I listen to Ty to work. Listen to his video when I'm going to work in the morning. Because what I do when I wake up, I would look and see which Chelsea
Yeah.
content drop videos and stuff. But Ty video is
Yeah,
always the
that's what
first
I'm
one that
trying.
drop. Sorry, Ty, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do now. Make videos. So like if people are going to work, for example, yeah, and it's in the morning, because obviously I know the time zones are different for certain people. They'll see something for Chelsea. They're eating, or they're on their way to work. They can listen to it, because it's the way I'm doing the videos I'm doing now is by making them audible. So rather than you having to look on me, you can know what the topic is about, and then you can listen to the information that I'm sharing. That way it's easy and it's snappy. It's not long, so it's 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. So it's not long, and your attention span won't be affected, because it's 25 minutes, 30 minutes long.
Yeah, I like your video. I like your video when you do it because I can just listen to it while I'm going to work. Because my driving is like probably if I drive on the highway, it will take me like 12 minutes. I drive through the town, it will take me a little bit longer. So what I do, I try to listen to all the content creator. But yours are always the first one that pop up. So you're the one I always start to listen first before I go through the door. And then after all, then it will be another one that play. That I like stuff like those. I listen to, and then when I reach at work, I listen to coach while I'm working. I can't respond in the comment section, but I'm there listening while I'm working. So it's good to see a community really grow. Each one support each one, and that's what we all have to do. Each one have to teach one, and each one have to support each other, and that's how you grow. Hey, Maureen, I heard you say you do music too, right?
Yeah, I make music, guys. I make beats and music as well.
My son do music. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Let me
Serious?
let me end the stream, and you stay in the back. You stay in the. You can stay in the background, and then I can let you hear one of his songs.
I bet. Yeah, yeah. I'm keen
Give
to
me
hear
one.
it. Eh?
Thank you guys for watching. Please remember like, share, and subscribe. You don't have to leave. I'm just gonna end the stream.